Hello everyone. Today's class is class number 22 of the Blender Extreme Beginner series. In the last class, we learned about duplicate and link duplicates. If anyone missed that class, they can click on the link in the description to watch that class. In today's class, we will learn about joining, separating, and merging objects in Blender. If I duplicate this cube, I will have two different cubes in the scene. However, if I want to join both objects to create a single object so that I can work on it as a whole, I will select both objects and press Ctrl plus J. This will join the two objects and we will have a single object in the scene. Then if I go into edit mode, I can work on them together. You might wonder why we need to join objects. The answer is that Blender offers several tools that work on two objects when they are joined. For example, if I select these two faces and bevel them, and if I use the face bridge tool on these two faces, they will merge, forming the desired shape. If these two objects were not joined, we would not be able to use the bridge tool on the two faces simultaneously. To join objects, we select them and press Ctrl plus J. Now if I want to separate this cube from this object and create a separate object, I will select this entire cube. Here I will show you another way to select a part if we have joined objects but a part is not merged with another object. We can move our mouse cursor over that part and press the L key. Then that entire part will be selected. If I hover my mouse cursor over this part and press L, this part will also be completely selected. Let me undo that by pressing Ctrl plus Z to deselect it. Now if I press P, we will see the separate options. Among these options, the first one is selection. If I click on it, the part I have selected will be separated. And as you can see, now we have two different objects. Let me undo these steps to where our objects were joined. Now I will select this entire part again and press P to open the separate options. Among these options, the second one is material. If we have different materials applied to a part of an object, we can use these options to separate the objects based on materials. As we have not reached the classes on materials, I will show you this option again when we cover materials in our classes. The next option is by loose parts. Currently this selected object is indeed a loose part. Therefore, if I select by the loose part option, now you will get the same result as the selection object because our selected object is already a loose part. Loose part means that no vertex or part of this part is merged with another part. I will explain merge to you in a moment. Currently, if I select this entire part along with its face and separate it using by loose part, only this cube will be separated. The face of the other cube will not be separated because it is not a loose part. It is merged with that cube. I will join them again so I can explain the merge option to you. Now these two have become a single object again. I will select this face and enable snapping, then choose vertex from the snapping options. Now I will move it and snap it to this vertex. Now it looks like they are one complete part, but they are not because they have not been merged yet and no vertex of one part is merged with the other part. As you can see, if I select this vertex and move it, you can see that it is separate from the other vertex. But if I select both vertices and press M, we will see the merge options, among which the first option is at center. Clicking on this option will merge both vertices at the center point. And the second option is at cursor. Selecting this option will merge the selected vertices at the 3D cursor. After that, we will look at by distance. If I select two vertices and then merge them by distance, I will get another option below where I can set the distance. If the vertices are within that distance, they will merge, but if they are further apart, they will not merge. If I select them and then merge by distance, you will see remove one vertex written. This means that one vertex has been removed. And another advantage of this tool is that we don't need to select vertices separately. We can select the entire object and merge by distance, and overlapping vertices will be merged because we have set a low value for the distance. After this, we have additional options, among which one option is add first. This means that if you select multiple vertices and merge them by the option of add first, the vertex that was selected first will be the one where all selected vertices will merge. Similarly, at last means that the vertex that was selected at last will be the one where all the selected vertices will merge. If I now move the mouse cursor over this object and press L, the entire object will be selected because it is now merged and there are no loose parts in it. So that wraps up today's class. I hope you have understood it. We will meet again in the next class. Until then, goodbye and take care.